Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Eric and Ian Try to Play Skytear with each other. How are you doing tonight, Eric?
I'm doing great, Ian.
Oh man, I know it's been a while since we've recorded one of these, but I'm excited to play another game with you. So we've got some special decks to talk about tonight. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so we put out a call for the community to give us some decks to play, and we got two of them. So one of them is from his Namu on the Discord, but -10, and I think you're going to be running that, and it's called the Trinity. Basically, he based it around the MOBA games that are out there. So he's got a damage, healer, and tank type configuration there. So you're going to be running that. And then on my side, we have Roust gave us a deck, and this is one called Traffic Lights. And he gave me one like weeks back, and it was young and whatever, but I've seen him playing quite a bit online, and he's been tweaking it, and so he's updated it. So his Traffic Lights deck is now in the form that I have right now. So it's got a couple more matches probably under its belt and had some community feedback and stuff. But yes, so I've got a red, yellow, and green heroes here. So hopefully I get to play all three of those colors.
I totally dig the name. Kudos to him on naming. And for those of you that are new to the game, it's more important to have a good name for your deck than your deck to be good. Because that's just fantastic. So yeah, I'm excited to get playing. So let's take a peek at our victory conditions. All right, so we've got Invasion, we have a Left Breach, and we have an Obstinacy. Okay, so we got a little mix here of some a kill objective and a couple of control objectives. This is gonna be fun.
Interesting. Yep.
All right, let's flip a coin here.
Flip the coin. Well, I'm going to make you heads. I'm tails.
That's the way it works.
Never fails, never fails.
It has finally failed you.
Oh.
All right. So I think so when I see more than one, especially control objectives, and maybe this is just me, I immediately get scared, and I don't want to go. I want to go second. I feel like I need that little bit of extra control. So I am going to give you the flux and choose to go second.
It was interesting because even with this unknown deck that I haven't really looked very much at, I would probably choose the same thing. So I think that's probably right. But I mean, again, not knowing much, I'm going to trust the deck builder and go ahead and take the Dark Vigilante. And then I'm just going to maybe lean into this whole going first thing, having the flux and maybe getting an early kill and then trying to go for Obstinacy. So we'll see if that works out.
Let's do it. All right. So it is time to draft.
I get to go first, so I don't want to just give you lanes. So Ekrit's going to be nice for that. Yami's always nice for that. But I am kind of angling at that kill.
And it's probably important to know we got Left Breach, so that's your lane one.
Right. So if we're both pushing, that's I get to get that little advantage there. So the option is to do that, and I mean, your deck isn't particularly pushy, aside from the fact that like you've got Sakoshi and Hokusai's ult to really mess up my plans on turn 3 if I go for it, which is always a worry. Also, not horrible at pushing your own objective if you're getting over there, but normally then you're only killing like 2 minions, right? So it's much better defensively, those two ults. So like in my head here, I'm thinking my Ekrit or my Yami might just go over here and protect this side while I go for the kill. So if I'm going for the kill, I'm going to lean on Sethuru, Akimo, and Nalaklan. So I think if I'm going for the kill, I'm going to put Ekrit to the side unless something weird happens. And it's just always safe to start with Yami. She is just so good and versatile. Like, it's almost never a bad choice to put her down first.
Yeah, she is really one of the best all-around heroes with the ability to not only take out minions, but she can kill if she needs to. So when I look at your list, I see a lot of just heavy hitters outside of Ekrit. Just individuals that can put out a lot of damage. So I'm hesitant to put out the Aklas, the Nalaklans, and the Kichis right away. I want to see who you're going to put out first. So I'm going to start with Hokusai. Safe pick. He's a great hero. As you mentioned, if it does get into a control game, his ultimate is one of the best at just being able to wipe out minions. And I think I'm also going to bring in Zakol. Again, if it's a battle for lanes, I have the ability to do some pushing if I need to. I like to push people around. And I just don't want to bring out any of my glass cannons right out the bat. So
yes, but that's a good point. Looking over at you, you have 4 guys with 0 armor. So I'm going to move.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
But yeah, so that's Yami just feasts on 0 hit point guys. Now she can also die in response, but that is right up her back. So it also means my Sethuru maybe is not as needed just because you have all these guys with 0, but the 2 guys you pick do have armor. So I would like my Akimo to be able to hunt down whoever you put down next. So I want to wait on him. So if I go with my 2 mages to make Hokusai's life difficult, I mean, I just don't think Shadris and Eckert are bringing the pain. And I feel like RG today. I feel like I want some blood. So which one of these guys is going to be kind of hanging out in the side and pushing the lane? I think that's going to be Nalaklan. So I'm going to put Sethuru up front to give him range, and then Nalaklan's going to have the unenviable job of just holding this lane back a little bit, keeping you honest on this side.
Okay. So in honor of our deck builder who talked about bringing a healer, I am going to bring Kichi because he heals himself.
There you go.
And I think that I'm going to try to keep him away from Yami as best that I can. And I don't mind him going toe-to-toe with Nalaklan, so I'll put him over here. And then as my last pick, I think I'm going to bring at least one marksman. I think he probably put them in the list for that reason. And I think that in this case, I've got 2 red heroes, a green hero. I'm going to go ahead and bring in... Let's go with Akla. I'm just feeling Akla today.
All right.
And I'm going to put him right over here in the back. He's scared.
So Akla and Sakoshi are very similar. I think their main differences are ults, and so this makes me think that you're also now looking at the possibility of getting the obstinacy victory condition. But both your 0 cost guys are there, and like I said, I want a Chemo, and Chemo's going to melt also under all this aggression, but he probably gets some good licks in before he goes. So he's going to come right up here and dare your 0 armor guys to enter this fray. So we don't need Shadris. This is not a game for
the weak are not
subtlety.
welcome here.
There you go. We want to turn this HUD on probably to help everybody see what's going on, as well as the stack, which I am a big fan of.
All right.
And then, as somebody mentioned in my other video, if you drag across everything and hit G to group up your cards, you can save yourself a couple clicks. Some people, I guess, have been stacking them individually, which works, just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, there's a lot of little TTS tricks. That should be a video we put out sometime, just tips of TTS.
Might not be a bad idea. Alrighty, so I am ready. Oh, I've got to get rid of some people. So Eckert's gone from the hit point marker, and so is Shadris.
All right, so while you're done, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up and draw my opening hand here. And
all right, I get to mulligan first. Well, this is a hand. I've got a Psychic Vampirism. I've got 2 Psychic Shields, so I'm kind of glad these aren't on my deck. You know how much I like to lead from deck, so that's interesting. I've got a Sinkhole, which is probably hanging around, and that Psychic Vampirism in combo with the Soul Scream I got is not looking bad at all.
Talk about healing. I think that's on the wrong side.
So, what type of things would my Psychic Shield be blocking against? Like Kichi could have Shatter Mind or Nightmares Incarnate, but that's like the only yellow caster. I think I'm take a chance a little bit, but I think I'm going to throw away both Psychic Shields and just assume you have minimal of that. And then he had 2 other yellow heroes in his list, but only Sethuru here. I think, yes, Whispers and Nupton's a free action early on. Maybe that's good enough. I probably will be able to draw up cards, so getting a free Whispers is great. And then this is a combo, so I like all the other cards. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep all 4 of those cards.
Yeah, and I think with my hand, I'm pretty happy with what I drew. I didn't really examine this deck list. I took a 2-second glance at it. So what I got in my hand are a couple of early plays, a couple of middle round plays, and a couple of 3-mana cards. So I think I have some decent utility here. And I'm okay with what I have. I think I've got a decent lead if I need it, and then just some early plays and some reactions type things if I need it. So I'm okay.
That seems like a great curve for Skytear. Yep. Alrighty, so what can I do that is not going to get me killed? It's almost assuredly going with Yami. I have no fast this time. So I have the big question of a move, attack, lead, or move, attack, and skirmish to kill the minions. So the question is, do I want to kill your minions for sure, or do I want to threaten to actually win the lane? Going first, so Cole probably gets to come over here and do what he does. Do I want to use one of my 3 mana cards to lead? I don't think I do. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the move with Yami.
Mm-hmm.
I will then attack the outside minion.
You got it.
And that's a Wind Blast that'll get him. And then I will go ahead and skirmish. And I'm going to skirmish, but then head in towards the dome because I'm not scared of Akla. Maybe I should be scared of Akla. Him coming over there. No, I'm not scared of Akla. I want to give myself more options next turn. And so I'll go ahead and flip on your other minion. And it is dead. So Yami has done her job.
Akla is terrifying. Okay. So already I see a potential to use the massive blow on Zakol and to be able to possibly push Yami right into the dome and not have control here. So, but I don't know if I want to do that right away.
I think if you do that, probably it's the last thing you want to do, right?
It's the last thing I want to do.
Because right now, if you put her in dome, it's kind of like where she wants to be because she's not leading, so you're not really messing me up. So yeah.
So it's definitely that's a thought in my head is where Eric has placed Yami. It's definitely in a spot where I can do something with that push on Zakol. But like you said, I'm going to wait on it. But having to do that, it either forces me to put Hokusai somewhere where a Setharu can easily get to him, or it's going to force me to have Akla and or Kichi in a spot where a chemo could do some hurt. So it's definitely a tricky little spot here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Kichi.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with a move.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
Move to this spot right here.
Yep. These new outside hexes are really nice to hide away.
I'm going to attack that outside minion.
He's gone.
And then I am going to lead from the top of the deck.
All right. So a chemo can move, attack, or move, skirmish, and worship to get next to you, but not actually do anything, but set himself for next time. If I'm doing that, I could wait on that. Like you said, you didn't give me a Hokusai target either, so probably I'm going to do something boring here, and that sounds like an Lachlan just hanging out in this lane. This is a lane where if I'm pushing it, I'm threatening... No, it's... Yeah, left breach.
Yeah, that's your left, yep.
So getting this to move is good. It might be worth giving up one of these cards. The problem is what card, right? Yami's ult is insane. Sinkhole is really good. But making it... Okay. So I think Lachlan's going to go into this lane. And if he hangs back, he's probably not taking a lot of damage. I could have matched you going the outside, but I think I'm okay going inside. So Lachlan's going to go ahead and move here. And then going to attack the minion.
Okay.
And then we're going to lead, and we think we're going to survive, so we're going to lead with a 3-drop. And I think I want to keep Yami's ult. So that is going to be... I'm going to lead with a sinkhole then.
All right. So one of the cool things I can do with Akla and his ability, I can actually put a little bit of damage on your Nalaklan. But it definitely puts Akla in a bad spot for a chemo, but I think I might put a little pressure on.
Alrighty.
So I'm going to go with Akla. I'm going to start with the move.
Sounds good.
1, 2, and 3. Then I'm going to worship.
And so just so everybody knows, that for this audience, you could have gone into dome or out of dome. This would work either way. So he is choosing to stay in lane. Yep.
We're going to place that pillar here.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to declare an attack against Nalaklan.
Lachlan will take this 3++.
All right, we got 2 flips coming. We got a +2, so that's 5.
5 damage to Lachlan. So Lachlan is saying, "Hey, Sethuru, I know you wanted to do this cold psychic vampirism thing next turn, but I'm maybe calling dibs."
All right, and that's gonna be it for Akla.
All right, so not only can Chemo get to you, he can actually do a skirmish as well with the positioning. So I think it just makes sense to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go with a Chemo next, and we're going to return the favor. We'll go ahead and do a move here.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. We'll do a skirmish, and we can target you since you're not in the bush because you had to come in this far, and
Yep.
we'll target Akla.
You got it.
I'm going to go 2 hexes because I want to get closer to Kichi 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip 1. And that's going to do 1 damage, exhaust. That's a card I like to see. I like that in my decks. And then I will also declare an attack against your Akla.
You got it.
Alrighty, 4++. I flip 2. There's a 1,
Okay.
and there's a 0, so 5 damage. And then a Chemo is done.
All right. So now I think... So you just have Sethuru left. And I'm just a big old scaredy cat with Hokusai. And I don't want Sethuru to just melt him. So I'm going to go with Zakol.
Okay.
And I know I talked about possibly pushing Yami out. But I don't know if I need to do that. Because I'm going to have to move, worship, attack you, and then that doesn't give me a lead over here, and I still am not winning this lane.
Yep, doesn't seem worth it unless Hokusai also gets over there. Yep.
So I'm going to start with a move.
Go ahead.
I'm going to attack the minion.
Makes sense.
And then I am going to lead, and I will lead with this card right here. Lead from hand.
Okay, so you have a good lead over here. So right now I'm 2, probably against 4. So if Sethuru wants to come into lane, I just give you the dome, which, DV can probably put some pretty good hurt on Lachlan or clean up some minions. But these victory conditions, invasion, if I can get both those pushed in your direction, it'll make it a lot harder for me just to lose as my Akimo and mages try and go over there. But it also puts my Sethuru on the wrong side of the board from what I want to do. Like, him and Yami really want to be on the side, although Yami can get over the other side of the board, no problem.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Yami can get wherever she wants.
So I think I'm okay with Hokusai just taking the dome and doing some damage to me. This could be wrong, but... So I'm going to have Sethuru move.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. We will then have Sethuru declare an attack action against the Cole.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Plus 5 damage piercing.
Down to 13.
Okay. And then I am going to lead. And now the real question. I think I am cheap at this point because all I really need to do to tie this is to lead with a 1, which is really what I want to do on this your left push. So I think, even though I've seen 3 0-cost cards already, I think it's worth hanging on to these really good 3-drops.
Sure.
And then I will go ahead and exhaust with the plan of still playing the Whispers at the end of the turn, but I can wait on that because it doesn't have any effect yet.
All right. Well, I am going to go with Hokusai, and since it appears I'm just being given the dome, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So I'm going to start with a move.
Go ahead.
Let's just go right in the middle. I'm going to make a worship action.
Sounds good. Is it Lachlan or Sethuru?
It's going to be Lachlan.
Yep. Okay.
And we are going to flip for 2 damage. So we'll each take 2
damage.
And then for this last action, I'm trying to think of if there's another spot that I might want to lean towards. You have a mage on both sides. So I might make a skirmish action targeting no one, but...
So And I mean, just one thing for other people to note: if you don't have the flux, which he doesn't, there are 2 mana cards that can mess this up for him, right? Like I could time warp into Dome or something like that.
Absolutely. Yep, you could.
So there
So
is
that actually is a really good point. So the fact that that is a thing that you could do. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and lead from the top of my deck. I don't really moving one space isn't going to be the end of the world here. So it may seem odd because it looks like I'm winning, but like Eric mentioned, there's 100% the possibility that he could float into the Dome. So
right. And now if I do it, yes, I have a chance to win, but I also might just tie or lose, and so that's a waste of a flux and stuff. So I think just doing that kind of intimidates me, even if I had it, not to do it. But I will go ahead and get this illusion out there because I'm about to hopefully draw some more cards. And the question is where does this guy want to be? So I think we're pushing up. So the question is, am I going into the Dome to cast my spells on Hokusai, or am I staying out here to go after Zakol? And I think I'm going to say Zakol. I can also put it next to you and threaten to do the ability through the illusion. I don't know. I think I'll just put it there.
Okay, and I think I'm going to have an end of activation thing as well here. I'm going to play a quick shot.
Ooh, that's really good.
Get rid of that minion.
Alrighty.
All right, that's all I got.
So we're on to lane 1, which is my left. That's my Nalaklan where I led with the sinkhole.
Kichi led with a 3.
You got a 3, so we both have 2 heroes, both have 1 minion, and both have 3s.
Yep, so we have a good old tie.
And you do have guys with yellow. Windblast isn't online yet this round. You don't have a Ekrit. I don't want to block my Akimo, so I think I will place it back here. And actually, you're second player. Technically, you put yours down first.
I was going to say, I think I need to go first, but I am actually, I'm going to put this right here.
Yep. For the same reason I didn't want to. But now that you've done that and Windblast
feel free to change.
Thing, I think me putting it there also is a fine thing to do.
Okay.
All right.
Lane 2, I did lead with a 3.
2. And Sathiru led with a 2.
So I win by 1.
We tie, right? I have 2 heroes.
4 to my... Oh, yeah, 4 to 4. I can't count.
4 to 4.
No matter how many times I play, counting is still hard. I think this is going to be just fine.
I don't want to put it next to Zakol. I guess there is fine. And so basically you tied both lanes, which means I didn't get the cards I was expecting to get.
All right, and in the Dome, I have 1, so I'm going to get to draw a card.
The card and the Dark Vigilante.
And the Dark Vigilante. So let's just remind everybody, we place the Dark Vigilante adjacent to a tower or nexus. And he is pretty unique in that he can do a bunch of skirmish attacks that have some really cool abilities, one of which that he can attack minions with a skirmish. He can also just do piercing damage to a lot of people. So the fact that I have to kill, one of the objectives is to defeat the same hero twice. I want to get Nalaklan off the board as fast as possible, so he respawns as fast as possible, so I have another shot at him. So I'm going to start right here, next to this tower.
And this is actually a very good chance that you'll be able to do that.
Yep. So I'm going to start with a +1 skirmish.
Yep.
Well, actually, I can't target Nalaklan with this, can I?
You can't target him. He's in the bush.
Oh, this is now...
So now it's tougher.
It is tougher. So
get a 2+ and a 1+. It's 3 damage. So you need to flip +4s.
So we're still going to do the +1. We're just going to do a move ability. Yeah, we're just going to move.
You sure you don't want a +1 and a minion ability? You can kill a minion on the way.
Yeah, I can kill the minion on the way. That's right. That's right. So yeah, so we're going to do the Dark Vigilante, can take a skirmish action, the slash, get the minion. 1, 2.
Now it's still a +0 on this, so you have to flip a positive number.
We did.
Which you did. So minion down.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and just attack Nalaklan with my...
So how quickly I'll just put that there, turned out to be the wrong decision, right?
Yep. All right, so this is going to be a 2+ attack.
Yep.
Got a 2.
2.
And we are no longer going to be able to kill Nalaklan, but that's okay. So I am going to do the +1 skirmish,
Okay.
targeting Nalaklan.
Yep.
So 2 more damage.
2 more damage puts him down to 3.
And then we're going to clean up.
And you don't want to move him at all?
I'm fine with him being right there. I don't need anybody to get next to Nalaklan.
Okay. So, just as my minion lack of movement was incorrect, you not moving that Dark Vigilante is going to come back to bite you.
Okay, we'll see.
Draw 2 cards. And I got Exhaustion, which I enjoy. And then I also have a Shattermind, which is going to be good. So, how can this go wrong? So, my plan is to Psychic Vampirism with Nalaklan. And I'm going to do it to hit 3 guys, one of them being Dark Vigilante, so that I can heal just gobs and gobs, probably all the way to full. So that means I'm targeting this spot here. So the real question is, do I dare skirmish on Akla right now and give him a chance to like dodge away or something? And if he does, my plans just get messed up. But if he does, then my plans are going to be messed up anyway. So I think that's still what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and declare a skirmish with Nalaklan,
Okay.
targeting your Akla.
That is going to be just fine.
Okay, so I flip 1, get 1 damage. That's a good Yami card right there. I get in here. Now, by default, Nalaklan can only cast green and blue spells. However, if he has a pillar nearby, he can cast any color spell. So the next thing we're going to do is worship to get that ability online. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I definitely don't want to put it next to Hokusai because he has the card called Shield Slam. I think the safest place to put it is out here in this bush next to your pillar. This is going to be the pillar forest over here, I think. That seems like a safe place because I really don't want it to go away. And then I'm going to, and if he has a doom, it's just going to mess me up. And I don't have a way to doom his guy first, which would have been nice if somebody was inside there, but I really couldn't wait because you would just kill Nalaklan if I activate anybody else first. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I've got to play the Psychic Vampirism. No, if you have Doom, I want to try the Flux first because I can, in response to the Soul Screen, play that one. Yes, so I will Flux first.
So I do not have a Doom here, but one of the things, would it have been more advantageous for you to play these cards while you were outside the dome in the cover hex before you did any movement?
That is a great point. So if I worshipped first, then I could have played Psychic Vampirism and Fluxed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it stays there. Then I can skirmish in, and then I'd get to declare my thing before you'd have a chance to play Doom. Yes, that is definitely something that I should have done.
So one of the things that I've seen some newer players missing on is, a lot of people worry about that turn 1 Flux into Presence, and they will come into the dome first and then play their Flux and then immediately get doomed and be sad. And there's no reason not to do that when you're outside of the dome.
And that one's a little bit clean. I don't know if cleaner. I'm trying to soothe my own ego here, saying that mine's a little more complex. But that one you can actually do the Flux and the Presence all outside the dome, right?
Yep.
Whereas here, the interesting thing is I'm going to skirmish in, and once that skirmish resolves, I get to be the active player before you do. So I get to play my spell before a Doom can take any effect, right? So that is important for a couple different little timing things when you want to start outside the dome. So yeah. So do you mind just... yeah, it's fine. I mean, since you don't have the Doom, it really doesn't matter.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. So we will go ahead and play a Soul Scream.
Yep.
And that's going to go on the stack over there. And then before we let that Soul Scream resolve, and we have to do this now, this is one of those things with Psychic Vampirism. I can't wait for you to say, okay, go ahead. I have to, if I want to play a Psychic Vampirism, I have to right now, before you do anything to tell me that you're countering it, I have to be able to play that Psychic Vampirism. And so normally I actually will play this Vampirism before I play the other thing, but because of the Flux, I had to do it in this order.
Correct,
so now in response, I'm going to do this. Now I've got 2 spells on the stack, and now I'm giving you the opportunity to respond to any of that stuff.
Yeah, priorities over to me, and I just don't think that I really have anything that I can do in response to this. Sometimes I feel like if I'm about to die and there's something that I could do, that I might. So I'm going to, just because I think Akla is probably, well, I mean, you're going to be doing 4 plus a flip. I mean, he may not die here. You're not going to be able to attack him.
Yeah, so there's a case to be made, but attacking before I
Yeah.
went in. But I felt like having that extra action in case you did something silly, I wanted to make sure I got in position. So that's why I did the skirmish.
Yep. I'm okay. Yep. Go for it.
Okay. So that means, so first, technically, we resolve the psychic vampirism. That goes in.
Yep.
Then you have a chance to respond to that. And so now we're going to do the Soul Scream. And
Yep.
I'm going to hit all three of these guys. And interestingly, the Vigilante is going to get to take an action here in a second, but it's not going to be as good as you would have hoped because I'm across the line.
That is correct.
So anyway, all three of these guys are taking a 4+. Flip something good. A 2, 6 damage to each of them.
All right. So we'll start with Akla here. He'll go down to 2.
Yep.
The minion dies. Oop.
And the Dark Vigilante, which I don't even know how much he starts with. He starts with 19
19
health. And then I do this piercing damage, so he goes down to 13. I get to heal on each of those things for 6, the full amount, which was 18 healing. But my max is 14, so I'm going to go up to max. And now this card is done, but on the stack we get a activation from the Dark Vigilante.
Now,
so you get to either attack, skirmish, or move.
Yeah, the fact that he is a melee character here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack your pillar.
That's right. So since you cannot attack Nalaklan, you get free reign to attack or skirmish whatever you wanted to. And so since I put this pillar in this safe spot, obviously not. Yep, you get this value of taking down this pillar so that I have to worship again another time. Yep. So Ian and I are giving you all a good lesson on how not to play today.
Sometimes that's just as good of a lesson, Eric.
Yep.
All right, so I believe you have one more action point
I still have
left.
an action. And sitting here in the dome, I could lead and just taunt you. But this game's about aggression, right? I'm just going to go ahead and do an attack action against Hokusai.
I like it. Go for it.
3 + 0, so 3 damage. Oh, a gank was in this deck. I would love to use a gank.
Okay.
Nalaklan is done, no longer marked.
There are a lot of times where, in a situation like this, where I would say, okay, if you want to kill Akla, that's fine. I'm not going to activate him. And, you know, that way, if you do decide to kill him before I activate him, he'll come in ready the next round. But the fact that Obstinacy is on the board, I want to get my activation with him.
Yep.
So that way he's going to have he'll be sitting out a round, and it'll make it more difficult for you to win with that objective. So
yeah. This was one of my early lessons from Calibra. I played him when he was, a veteran, and I was just learning the game and stuff like that. But I had a low health Freyhel, and I was running away trying to keep her alive, and he just ignored her. Or, like you said, kill after they move, and then you just get 2 turns of them doing almost nothing, right? So that's the thing. But with Obstinacy, all that math changes.
Yep. So I think that with Akla, I'm going to go ahead and just attack Nalaklan because you are still adjacent to my
Still
pillar.
next to that pillar.
You didn't move out of the way.
Go ahead.
So we're going to go with attack and flip 2. It's going to be 4.
4 damage down to 10.
And now I am going to, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a skirmish action.
Okay, are you targeting anyone?
And I will target a chemo with that.
You were targeting a chemo with that. My exhaustion doesn't help. Should I have been playing Doom? I think saving Doom for next round is fine. I'm not going to have too many cards. So I think I will just let that go.
All right, so we will flip on a chemo for 1.
1 damage down to 17.
And then I am going to worship
another pillar. Oh, and you get to bulk pillar and do
this pillar.
Yep.
And do 1+ damage to Nalaklan. And I'm going to put this new pillar right here.
Yeah, the Zakol being able to attack minions from across the map is so nice. Your Akla ability, those
All right,
two.
so this is 1 plus a flip.
Yep.
Ooh, there we go. That's 4.
So that is bad, but on the other hand, it's kind of good because I was debating on what to do about Kichi, and that card just like you saw the lifesteal on Nalaklan, that card for Kichi can just like undo a
Yep.
whole turn worth of
All
damage.
right,
So
so I'm pretty happy with that Akla activation.
yeah, so now Akimo has this tough decision of he can finish off Akla or go after Kichi. And I don't know what the right answer is. I don't think I'm killing Kichi. I don't have yellow mana over here to Shattermind Kichi. If I go and mark Kichi, I can exhaust in response to you moving to slow you, which might keep Nalaklan alive, but really Hokusai might just kill Nalaklan and Kichi's happy over here anyway. Getting Akla off the table is certainly nice. It definitely gives me a target on round 4, but it seems like such overkill to have a Chemo doing that when Chemo can really pack a good wallop. So what if I worship to Akla and then skirmished over to Kichi and hope to get a +2? That seems dangerous. If I go after Akla, I should probably just finish, and then what do I do with the rest of my activation? I just lead here. Guess that's not the worst idea. So I guess I can skirmish into Akla first to see if I get lucky +2. Then I can attack a minion and lead. And then we'll just leave Kichi around to do whatever Kichi wants to do. So, but if I'm doing that, do I need to do it now? Because I'm not utilizing this exhaustion. Oh, can't use exhaustion anyway over here. I have no yellow mana on this side of the table.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
all
good
over on
point.
the other side. Okay, so looking at the other side of the world, can I kill Zakol before he activates? He is at 13. Sethuru can definitely get the 4 damage off of Shattermind because his illusion gives him +1. So that puts him down to 10. No, 13. So
9.
down to 9. An attack for 3 puts him down to 6. I could get 2 flips. So if I flip a 3 and a 3, Sethuru could just end him, assuming you have nothing in response. I mean, that's unlikely, but I don't see a reason not to do the Shattermind and the attack over here, because then you have to be scared of Yami, and you might also activate him over here before anything else. So yeah, I think I'll go with Sethuru.
Just an FYI, I'm always scared of Yami, no matter where my health is at.
Alrighty, so we're sitting 3 away. He could dodge or something, but he can't really push. He doesn't have the mana to sinkhole me. Slide is within 2 cards, so I think I'm okay over here. So I'm just going to declare the attack from where I am.
All right. So attacking with Sethuru. So we're talking just some more piercing damage. I think I have nothing in response.
Alrighty, so 3 plus a 1.
Down
So
to
I'm
9.
not getting the kill, 9. But I think at this point I will go ahead. Shattermind is an action, not a reaction, so I have to do it during my turn.
Yep.
So I will go ahead and try and do another 4 damage to Zakol.
Right. So this is going to be 3 damage, but you have your illusion out here, so that's going to give you +1, so 4.
4 damage,
Down
which
to
down to 5. So now I don't think skirmishing is worthwhile. So I think I am either going into Dome or leading out here. Like I said, maybe Yami will run over and kill Akla. That might be a good thing, in which case Sethuru really wants to stay in this lane. I don't want to lead with these cards, though, is my problem. So I might end up just double leading blind and hoping over here. So I will lead for sure.
Okay.
And then my next action is going to be a skirmish, and I will go ahead and target Zakol, get a little more chip damage in there.
I have no response.
So there is 1 more damage, and now the question is, where do I want to be positioned? Because Zakol is here, and now pushing me into the dome is a real thing that might affect the lane. So I think I got to go away from the dome if I'm staying out here, which I think is my plan. I think just moving 1 is fine. Going over to this illusion, I can just get pushed again. So I think this is where I got to be. And yes, if Zakol and Hokusai attempt to team up on me, maybe they can kill Sethuru, but then they're just leaving the dome alone. So I think Sethuru is just not going to be scared. He's just going to be the king like he is in the lore.
All right. So I am going to activate Hokusai.
Okay.
And I'm going to just start with a granite skin.
Granite Skin. That's going to give you +1 armor and then 3 extra skirmish damage. This does not look good for Nalochlin.
So I'm going to declare it a skirmish, and I'm going to target Nalochlin.
All right, Nalochlin, you have no mana to do anything else, so yep, let's go ahead.
All right. So with the new skirmish rules, I cannot move here, hit you, and then move again. So I need to think about where I want my final movement right now. And if I want to possibly take a worship action against a chemo, I'm fine right here. So I'm going to just go right here and then do my flip against
3+.
Nalochlin.
Yep.
3+.
So you might get this kill without having
There's
to...
a 4.
Without having to even worship and hurt yourself.
Yep. So I'm going to make an attack against Nalochlin.
Alrighty. Time to find out if your deck runs any -1s.
Let's see. It does not.
Not yet. Alrighty. So obstinacy is on the table for you.
Yep.
On turn 4, though.
I do get to draw a card. And then with this last action, I think I'm going to lead. And I think I'm going to lead from hand with this card.
Yeah, hand of 7 cards is scary. Alrighty. So over here, you can kill a minion and outlead me to get a little bit of a push going if you want to. Or I can now try and kill Zakol. And if I do, I have a target next turn. Not my favorite target, but having a target is better than not. And if I do that... So what is Zakol going to do? Can I outweight him? No. You always get to go last. Since you went second, you can just activate wherever I activate. So if I do it, though, I get a push on this lane. Pretty good one. Yami can go into Dome and then... So you have an armor. So basically, if I'm attacking 3 times, that means I got to do 7. And I have a 1 from the worship and a 2 from the attack. So I have to flip +4 on 3 things. That's very doable, and I think it's worthwhile. So I'm going to start with the worship action so that I can maybe get into the Dome at the end of this activation if I need to.
Okay, I do have a response. So I'm going to mess with your math. So I'm going to play a riposte. So I'm going to get +2 armor, and I'm going to deal 1 damage to this adjacent minion.
Very nice. That definitely messes with my math. So we will go ahead and put that thing on you. We will still jump to this hex. And then against your 2 armor, I get to flip
now
with a
3
1+.
armor.
Oh, it's 2 armor?
The caster gets +2 armor, so I'm at a 3 total.
Nice. Okay. So we flip a 1, so it's a 2, so it did no damage. He just swats
Yami away. Leave me alone.
Alrighty. This is going poorly. Changing plans here. I can stomp a minion, get to Dome, and lead here. You led from hand. If I led, I'd have to lead with Yami's ult. Or go blind from deck. Neither of those seem very appealing to me. I could also trample both these minions, or trample one minion and attack the other one to threaten to push this guy. And then I'm giving you the Dome again, which means what? Is Sathiru going to die with the combination of Zakol and the guy? Because this time Sathiru is not in a bush. So he's going to get 3 swings at him with the outsider. Tough choices. I just don't like them. I really, especially with how this game's going, I think Yami's ult is worth too much to use as a lead.
Yeah, I don't know if I would disagree there.
And I'm behind on cards, so I think I'm just giving up the Dome here. So I guess that means I'm just smashing some minions. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So that's
and
this first one.
Flip on this first one. Got it with a Doom, and then I will declare an attack on this other minion over here.
That is fine.
Okay, another Shattermind. And then she is done.
All right.
So, just for the if I'd sussed out the riposte play, which man, I probably don't know when I would have ever done that. before Yami activated, at the end of your Hokusai activation, I could have had Yami cast Doom on Zakol.
Oh, yeah.
And then you still be able to kill the minion if you wanted to in response to that, but you would not have the extra armor, and so she would have had a shot to have killed you.
Yep.
But anyway, just FYI.
Okay, so I am going to activate Zakol.
Yep.
I am going to... Let's start with a skirmish, and
Okay.
we will target Sithuru.
Yep. In my face.
Flip a 2.
2 damage to Sithuru. You don't like it. Maybe we'll draw another Psychic Vampirisms or something next round.
So now I'm in a weird spot where I don't want to necessarily lose this lane. If I kill that minion and get a better lead than, like, I have a shot on the lead. You went blind. I know I've seen you play Psychic Vampirisms, and I saw you pitch other +3, so there's a non-zero chance that that's just a blank. So I am going to attack this minion.
Sounds good.
And then I, too, am going to lead from the top of the deck.
Alrighty. So just like last time, I have one more hero over here, but you have a... well, last time you had a definite
I did
lead.
have a definite lead this time.
Yeah, this time it's not. Okay. So I'm running out of cards. I think I just got to kill Akla. Like, life just gets too hard if he doesn't die. So I think, as much as it pains me to do so, Akimo is going to let Kichi just be alone for a while, and we'll declare a skirmish with Akimo, targeting Akla.
All right. Well, it might not have as much value now. So let's, since we're talking about hands, so I have a migraine that I can play right now from Kichi.
Mm-hmm.
I think Akla is too close to death here that the migraine just doesn't even help.
I mean, it would save a minion, maybe, right?
Yeah, it would maybe save a minion.
If I flip a +2 against, or +2 or +3 against Akla, doing the migraine means I have to spend an extra action to kill him.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and play it. I don't have any other cards that I think I want to play with Kichi, so I'm okay with this. So we're going to deal 2 piercing damage and a disarm.
And the disarm.
And then your skirmish is free to go.
So I can go here, which is probably where I want to go, or I can come back here. Which way is this lane going to get pushed is the question. I think I want to stay up here also because you'll get a respawn when you do. Yeah, I want to stay more forward. Emo not scared. All right. So I flip 1. I'm at a -2, so I need to flip a 3 to do 1 damage. And I did, sadly. So now it's 1 damage that I'm doing, but I will declare the attack against Akla.
That is fine.
2++.
Yep.
And 2 sinkholes. Wow, that was a painful flip off the top. Those 3 cards really wanted to be in my hand.
2 was enough to do it.
Now I get to draw a card, which is not going to be as good as any of those 3. Never mind. Soul Scream. Okay. I'm going to stop complaining right now. And then I have 1 more action, and I could lead with that Soul Scream over here. And then you still have a decent chance of winning, and that Soul Scream just seems so good that I am going to keep it, and I'm just going to hope I have a 5th 3-drop off the top of my deck, because it's the type of deck I like. Or this part of the deck, at least.
Kichi is going to... we will attack this minion.
The one on the edge. Sounds good.
Then we are going to lead.
Going blind. Alrighty. Shootout at the OK Corral.
The world knows that my hand has got some 1-mana cards in here. and a 3-mana card that, similar to your Yami alt, is not worth throwing out here for the lane. And then this last action, I think that I don't know if a skirmish is worth it here, so I am going to just mark you and take a little predict action here.
So, do you want to back up, though, and do that before you lead?
Oh, that's a much better idea, isn't it, Eric? See,
Yeah.
that's the pro play.
Let's use that Kichi ability.
Yeah. So we're gonna mark you, and I get to work. So I get to look at X plus 1. So that's gonna be 2 cards. And we would have definitely led with that one, but instead we will lead with that one.
Might be better, huh?
It might be a little bit better.
Alrighty.
All right, and that's it for me.
Lane 1. Come on, Akimo. What do you got?
I
I got a 1.
I had a 3. So my 1 would have
Nice.
been just fine. I would have won
Would
by
have done
1. Would have
enough.
been a
Yeah,
perfect.
because it really actually this ended up might have been worse for you now
It
because you've
is.
got to get further if you want to actually get in control, which
It
is an
is.
interesting thing normally after round 1, but here
Yep.
after round 2 we have a similar situation.
It is definitely worse, but that's okay. I do get to draw a card.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. And over here in lane 2,
Sathuru's
I
got
led with a 3.
a 3 as well.
So you
So
win
I
by 1.
finally get to push this token. I get a card, and I want the token near Yami because whenever she moves, she's going to want to trample a guy. So yeah, I get a card, which is a Wind Blast. Oh, that's going to be, well, it's not ideal over on that lane, but being able to kill, again, I have no yellow mana on that side of the board. So I should stop being too excited about it. But someday Yami will get over there.
Right. And then Hokusai wins the dome.
Hokusai, King of the Dome.
King of the Dome. That's his. All right, so we are going to go after Sathuru for sure.
You get to draw a card first, right?
I do get to draw a card first. Okay. So you are not in any cover, so I get to do the +1 skirmish right off the bat, targeting Sathuru.
Sounds good.
And we will go 1, 2.
Sounds good.
And flip 1 plus 1, so it's 2 damage.
2 damage, down to 10.
I will attack Sathuru.
Yep. 2 plus.
For 3 more.
3 more down to 7.
And then I will do a piercing skirmish, targeting Sathuru.
Okay. Sounds good. Which you get to keep the +1
Yep.
for all your skirmishes, so 2 more
more.
damage. Down to 5.
And that's going to be it. Let me think if there's a place that I want to put him instead. He's okay right there.
Alrighty. So after all that, I somehow got back up to 7 cards. I'm saving the Doom for this round.
All right, and we get 2 for round. I'm going to have to toss 1.
Let me guess, one of your 1 costs?
I think so.
Well, I redrew that Psychic Shield.
Probably.
I like that from the deck. And then I have a fast, because Yami's on the wrong side of the world.
So, Eric, help me out here. I have just gone through my deck. So before I discard one of these cards out of my hand, do I need to reshuffle right away?
I believe so. Yep,
I believe
that's
so
correct.
Too. Okay. And then I will discard that one. I'm at 7. We are in round.
And you discarded Mark. Yeah, okay. So I think for various reasons, I go with Sathuru first and kills the Cole. So reason number 1 is so that Sathuru doesn't come back next round and make a good target, although Nalkin's already going to be there. But number 2 is, yes, he'll get to come back next round, but that lets me go last this round, because I don't think he'll be able to kill... I mean, even kill Sathuru, he'll have already activated, and also I don't think he'll be able to kill Sathuru if I get rid of Zakol. So I think that is the way to do it. Now, do I have any cards I want to use? I could Wind Blast to get a little bit of value, actually a fair amount of value. I would kill 2 minions and do 3 damage to Zakol.
Oh, that would be.
So that's almost enough. But then I have a free attack that I get. Like, what's Sathuru going to do with his extra actions, right? So maybe that's just excessive. So
Attack
if I
the minion. Or attack the outsider.
The outsider. Oh yeah, that's right. Get him off the table. He's been destroying my mages, right?
But he has been.
I could go fast and get to it. No, Sathuru just wants to stay over here and push this lane, which is, interestingly, not the lane. This is a left breach game, right? So, these are probably not particularly relevant lanes. But if I wipe all this out and I lead with a 2 over here, I will be threatening to get to the Nexus. That's not the worst thing. Not Kichi. I don't get to predict if I get extra time. Man, that's just an awful lot of value to just Wind Blast that. I think I'm going to try it. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Sethuru.
Okay.
And my first action, I'm going to attempt to do a Wind Blast targeting the Zakol Hex. So I don't have
Targeting
to
the Zakol
tell you where
Hex.
everything is. I just have to tell you where a single hex is. And then on resolution, I get to choose where the pattern is.
So Zakol has a response, and he will play a Safeguard.
Ooh, very nice. So that means this whole activation, I cannot adjacent. Wait, so after you're dead, does that go away, that ability?
I think it does.
Okay, so as long as you're alive, but for right now, it's going to work. Okay.
And you're only going to be able to kill one minion that way instead of two. So.
Right. So I do 3 damage to Zakol. I get to kill a minion. Which minion? Oh,
they're both
I don't
safe.
Get to kill,
yeah.
They're both safe. Very nice. Wow.
So I was thinking if
What
you
a
had to
counter.
waste an attack or something on a minion, you would only be able to get one here.
Yep, this is good. So that puts him at 1. So I think now I go for the value and I declare the skirmish, hoping that's good enough, targeting Zakol.
All right, so I think I'm going to respond again. And I am going to play a Shield Slam. And it would just be 1 piercing to Sethuru or 1 to that minion. Putting you down to 4. Putting you down to 4. How do I think about putting you down to 4? I think I'm going to put you down to 4.
Okay, I've seen a lot of games on stream this last week where Sethuru ended up with 1 life, so if this turns into another one, I was going to laugh. I get slow as well, right?
You do get a slow.
And then I get to do my skirmish?
Yeah, come on, 0.
All right, let's see what we got.
That's not a 0.
We got the 1, Shattermind for the win.
Okay.
And then I get you dead. I have to finish my move. I can't go through your hex yet because you're not dead, but I don't really want to. I think I just want to go over here and play Scaredy Cat. Seems like a good place to do that. And then I get the card for killing you, which is always nice. And then now you're safeguarded. Oh, I got Sethuru's ult. So now I'm a little bit sad that I used the Wind Blast.
Yep.
But if he survives next round, I can do it at the beginning of next round. So now I'm going to declare that all I've done so far is played a card in skirmish. So I still have 2 actions left. So I'm going to attack and lead. So I'm going to attack first. And I think we'll attack the minion that is further away from me.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And now the question on my mind. How many Psychic Vampirism does this deck run? Because I've got rid through all the Psychic Shields. I really need a 2 to threaten this, because Yami's going to get out of here. Man.
Well, I am down to just 2 heroes. This is not looking good for the good guys.
I think I am just going to be greedy, because that's how I do it. And I'm going to hope that I get a 2 or 3 off the top here.
Yep. Okay. I don't know if I'm ready to go with Hokusai just yet. So I'm going to activate Kichi.
All right.
There are a lot of green cards in this deck, and Kichi can't cast them.
So I can't cast any yellow on this side of the map, and you can't cast any green on this side of the map.
So that token moved a little too far for my liking.
I'm sorry I let you take it back.
I know. It was the smarter play. So we're just going to, I think, just kind of keep putting some pressure over here on this lane. So I am going to move.
Okay, sounds good.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to attack that minion.
So now let me think in response. So I have this Doom in my hand, and I really want to use it this round. So I can either do it on Kichi to avoid what? Like his own type of... No, if he had Unstoppable, some people have done it before. So probably I save it for Yami to do it on Hokusai. But I kind of wanted to save Yami's ult, but maybe Yami's not ulting this turn. Kichi is really far away. So I think I saved the Doom for Hokusai because his ult would be pretty... not... Not that great. This is the problem with Doom. Like, it's great when it's great, and then sometimes it feels like it doesn't do anything, but maybe it
Right.
does. Anyway, I think I'll just let Kichi do his turn.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
we're gonna attack that minion.
Yep.
And then we are going to lead from hand. Just keep putting the pressure on.
Yeah. Definitely my concern right now. So I'm going to go with Yami. 1, 2, 3, and I can't get over there. So Yami is not going to use her ult this turn. We're going to go ahead and say, hey, let's get fast.
Okay.
Really, one of those cards I really, really like when playing Yami or yellow. I get to do that, and I get to draw a card, so I'm not even down cards. Malaklin's ult, that's something I
and it looks like
wouldn't
you
mind leading
are
with.
out of deck, so
I am out of deck, so my last card was that. So if I had been paying attention, at least my Sethuru lead from top at least had a 50% chance of being good.
Yep.
Alrighty. So this means I get to declare a move action.
Okay, move away.
We will trample this minion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just running all the way across the map. We'll flip on that guy. Got it. Okay. And then I think we just go ahead and Doom now before anything else happens, just to on Hokusai.
Yeah, I don't think that there is any reason not to do that. Yep, that sounds good.
Okay. You take one, you flip it. You flipped an ult, which A, the ult is gone, and B, you don't get to cast anything
I can't
this
do
turn.
anything now. I had plans to play 1 mana cards.
Oh, that's right. You had a whole stack of them, huh? Alrighty. So what else am I sitting here with? I can do an exhaustion on you if I worship you. That's not the worst idea. I want to kind of get over towards Kichi anyway. I mean, really where I want to go is wherever Akla reappears. So maybe I don't want to go there. Maybe staying here is better. But I still think just worshiping and leading is good. So I will go ahead and declare the worship action.
Yep.
Just to give you a token of some kind.
It's well appreciated.
I'll jump over here. I mean, Hokusai gives them out like candy. He just should get some once in a while. And then I think I will say I don't want to lose the dome for the 3rd time in a row, because that would be a dead Sethuru. So I'm going to use that Nalaklin card to lead right here.
Yeah.
And I should cast the exhaustion now or when you do something. I guess I would wait till you do something, because like if you attack me, maybe I choose to use a disarm instead of a slow. So I will be done.
Okay. Well then. So I can continue to fight for the dome, but really, if you want it, it's yours, because you have a chemo still to go. I can attempt to run out of the dome and maybe do something with that lane.
So just back to your original point, though. If I do come into the dome, I could maybe kill a minion before I go. So that would leave you with 4 against 1. And you have a what lead? You don't know, right? No, you do have a lead.
I know what I lead, yeah.
So it's 6 against 1. That does 5 damage. That means as long as I kill the minion before I go, unless you have some other trick or something like that, you would not quite kill the tower.
Yep.
So that seems like something that I could abandon, since that's not a win condition.
All right, so I will start with a skirmish, and I will target Yami.
So a skirmish, if I let that go, you could certainly get away before I get a chance to slow you. I don't want you getting over to Sethuru. So even though Yami's going to take some damage because of this, I think I'm going to try and cast Exhaustion.
Okay, I have no response. I have no mana.
Yep. And I'm going to say, hey, that mark can go away, and I'm going to put the slow on you.
Yeah,
and let you do your full damage.
All right. So we are going to skirmish flipping.
Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And I am going to head this direction.
Oh.
Actually, we'll go into here.
Okay.
I will attack Yami.
Attacking Yami. That is fine.
So -1 armor, so 2.
2 damage. Down to 16.
And then I will lead from the top of the deck.
And it has not bothered me, this thing, but I really apologize if anybody watching is like, why didn't they tint their minions? I'll get that fixed right now. Okay. And you chose to lead, and you did it randomly. So, like I said, I could totally win the dome. And unless you have, I mean, I don't see anything you can do to that minion. You're 4 away from it, even with all that mana. So I think it's totally safe to do that. But I mean, it's a question of how valuable that Dark Vigilante is, because I'm not losing it no matter what. Gaining it is going to be used for mostly minion cleanup. I mean, I can't even get to Kichi because this thing's going to be here. So I think a chemo just stays in lane. So I could skirmish over to you, attack you, and then lead, and that should keep my tower fine also.
Sure.
Although if I do it, yeah, even if I get a 0, having that extra 1 here should be good enough. So I think that is good. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a chemo and declare the skirmish targeting Kichi.
That is fine.
1, 2, and a flip. For nothing, I will declare an attack against Kichi.
That is fine.
4 and 2 flips. The damage you want to do last time, 5 damage.
5 damage, down to 9.
And then we're going to lead, and we're going to look at these 3 drops again and think, Yami's ult's not going anywhere. Sathuru's ult seems like it'll be good. Soul Scream seems good. I've got plenty of people that can cast it. Like I said, all I have to be is here. So even if it's a 0, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, lane 1. Akimo, what you got for me? You got a 3. Nice.
Okay, I also have a 3.
So I have 5. You have 8. You win by 3, which is a minion and 2 towers.
That's correct. And a card.
A
Winning the
card.
lane.
And you get to go up to 6 minions here. Now it's looking like that Wind Blast will be really good. And I guess we'll just put this one back 4 squares away from Kichi, in case it matters. Alrighty. And on the other side, big money. Drum roll, please.
Got
Ooh,
it.
a Wind Blast. So 6 damage. That's going to be the entire tower. So I have a new win condition that you have to worry about. I draw Whispers of Nupton with that extra draw. And I have to move this guy next to you, and I can move 1, 2, and then I can put it either on top of the destroyed tower or close to the middle. I'm going to put it close to the middle. Go ahead and put 2 guys, and I'm going to try and spread them out from my other guys, because the Hokusai ult will do maybe... No, you can still get to all of them, so it probably doesn't matter. But, and then we go to the middle, and I've got the 3. What do you got?
Just a 1.
So I get this Dark Vigilante next to a tower. You have not left any spots next to this tower. Here I can move and do a pair of attacks on Kichi, and then Akimo can maybe kill him before he gets to go. That seems good. Although that's not the main target. The main target would be Akla for the win. So my real problem...
I was going to say, there's also just minion cleanup that can be done.
Yes, so if I start over here, I can come do minion cleanup. But I just feel like either I'm pushing this Nexus this turn. I guess if I minion cleanup, I can invade. That seems weird or hard. Cleaning up these minions doesn't do much for me, right? It'll take you 2 turns to win. And I feel like somebody's going to win with either me pushing the Nexus or Obstinacy before then. So it just doesn't do anything. So if I can do damage to a Hokusai or a Kichi, I think that's better. And Kichi's... So the way I lose, I think, is Nalaklan dying.
I agree. I think going into the next round, that's my goal.
Yeah. So I think putting Kichi low and taking him off the board is he's one of those burst guys that can just do ridiculous things if he gets the right chance. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here. I'll declare a move action.
Move is fine.
I will declare an attack against Kichi.
Yep.
2 + 1 is 3 damage. And then I'll do the skirmish with a +1 ability.
Yep. You got it.
And that is 0, so 1 damage. And now the question is, do I want to move? Do you have some weird Soul Scream thing? I don't know. I'm going to stand in that hex because maybe your Akla wants it. Yes, that's my reasoning.
Yeah, that's
not
a good idea.
reasoning. All right.
Okay.
We clean up, and we get cards, and then a bunch of people come back.
All right. So I get Akla, you get Nalaklan.
Oh, I should have gotten a card for winning the dome, so I get
Absolutely.
3 more cards,
Yep.
basically. That means I have to throw 1 back. So another Whispers. I think that's probably what I'm leaving, but man, a Psychic Vampirism seems like a great thing to have in my back pocket. And I drew a Wind Blast. It's all coming up roses right now.
Yeah, there's really not a safe spot for Akla here, is there?
And I'm first player, so you get to wait for my Nalaklan to come down before you decide where he wants to go.
Okay.
And I think even though Kichi's on his way to death, I think there's not enough damage on the side of the board. I think it's just safer to stay over here. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. And I'm fine with Akla being down here.
Okay. Round 4. Wait, yours Cole should be coming back as well, right?
Oh, that's right. He didn't activate, did he?
He didn't. He just got to do a whole bunch of mana stuff.
That's right. I felt like I got a whole turn with him.
I mean, he survived a lot longer, right? His riposte and then his other thing, he got a whole lot of value when he seemed like he was on his way out the door.
I would have loved for him to be...
That's funny. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you can't take that spot, and I've covered 2 of these things.
So now that the tower's gone, I assume I can't activate that hex?
I don't believe so, yeah.
Because the rule is not the back row. The rule is very specifically the line that they
added 2
out.
things.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine right there, then.
Okay. So, Chemo is not getting any other value than killing Kichi. So I think that lets me go first and last. I think I will attempt to go with a Chemo. I will look at my cards briefly to make sure there's nothing he wants to cast beforehand. No Dooms. No, this is all yellow stuff or a red alt. So basically there's nothing here he can cast aside from the gray cards that don't do anything. So he is just going to declare the attack against Kichi.
I've got a bunch of cool green cards, so go ahead.
4 plus 3 is 7 damage.
That'll do it.
Alrighty. Now let's see if we can draw a card that Akimo can actually cast. He did, a Clear Mind. Okay. So that being done, over here, what's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Against my 2 is winning by 4, 2 minions and only 2 towers. So unless you actually come over here, you're not going to win enough to kill it. So I think I'm going to do a move to get into the dome.
Yep.
And 1, 2, and I'm pretty healthy. I want to charge towards the action. And now I can either skirmish in further or I can lead. And I think leading sounds great. So I'm going to go ahead and do a lead action. And as much as I like drawing this Wind Blast, I don't think that's what this game needs anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and lead with it and say I've got a good dome card.
Okay. So my goal of kill Nalaklan. How in the world can I do that? Because I don't think you're going to activate him anytime soon, Eric.
There's a chance not. And maybe I should have... No, I had to put him down first, so I think this is probably right because of Kichi. But maybe I should put him more to the middle so I could have ran across the other side if things got too heated on this side.
Yeah.
But I probably still can get over there.
And there's also kill Sathuru, but you have him pretty hidden.
So that is something to say. Maybe I should have activated Sathuru before you did so I could hit 2 of your heroes with my ability, but I don't know. I think getting Kichi off was probably worth more just because the last activation at this point seems good. Although if you kill Sathuru, I don't get last activation, so...
So I am going to go with Hokusai. Oh man, none of this is good. This is bad. I can go after Nalaklan and get some damage here.
I mean, you either have to go all the way after him, or you have to at least appreciate the Nexus thing and live for another turn.
It's definitely appreciated. It is definitely appreciated.
Yeah, this is where, I mean, I don't know what you had last turn, right? But if it's Hokusai's ult, I don't think I've seen it yet. So
yeah. So I'm going to go with Hokusai.
Okay. We're going to clean up time.
We're going to we'll skirmish targeting Yami.
Skirmish. So that is not going to get that guy then, or that guy.
You know what? I don't need to do that. I can just move.
Okay. Move is fine. Yep.
Yeah, because this is 2 hexes away from everything.
Yep.
Yep. So I will play the ult and get all those minions.
Boom. So this means Nexus is probably not my win condition this round because I don't see Hokusai moving out of there anytime soon.
Yep.
Guess I could theoretically kill him, but that's not easy.
And then I want to lead. Do I want to lead? Do I want to maybe do a little bit more damage to Sithuru? I could kill Sithuru with a good worship.
Oh yeah, a 3 flip on the worship.
Yep. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's skirmish.
This is one of those things.
Targeting no one.
We've learned a lot from Destiny, right? When you're behind, sometimes you just got to take the low percentage chance to get back in there. Yep.
So okay, go ahead. Skirmish to here, and then I'll take a worship action.
Sounds good.
1 plus.
You hit it? No. Oh, I was kind of rooting for you there.
All right, that's it for Hokusai.
So if I want to go last, I activate Sithuru now. And then if he dies, it's fine. But he's just not going to do anything useful because I'm not going to walk him up towards that control point. So if I want him to do that, I have to wait for him to go last. And I don't want to. So I would worship to bring this illusion closer to me. I'd bomb you with this thing. I don't get to attack anybody, though. Maybe Sithuru waits. Man, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's really hard for you to kill Sithuru.
I mean, where you're at, for sure. Now, Akla can see you if I get a pillar out.
Right, but even if you move 3 and then put a pillar down, you're still 4 squares away. So you'd have to get fast or something.
It's not going to be easy. It's probably not worth the fight.
So I think going with Yami is okay. Sorry if I mess you up, Sithuru. So Yami is going to want to start with a worship action targeting Akla.
Okay.
This gets me into the position I want to be in, which is here to maybe mess up some of your movement a little bit. And then I flip a 1+.
Yep. Oof.
4 damage.
You're seeing them all now.
So now, Yami, you're going to play your kneel before me at some point. You have 1 extra mana. I don't see any reason not to play your Clear Mind now. I mean, the reason is, in case you try and disarm me, I could use it. And that's what you're supposed to save it for, Eric. It's always a tough thing, because it's only a 1 attack card. How much does 1 damage going to do? Fine. I will just declare an attack and not play my Clear Mind on Akla.
I will respond.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume I don't know you have a Clear Mind.
Oh.
And I'm going to play Crawling Darkness.
That is actually pretty funny then. So it's one of those things that you learn the hard way. And even though I learned it the hard way, I still wanted to play my Clear Mind to get value out of it, right?
Yep.
So I let that resolve before my attack goes off. I'll just play the Clear Mind, and now I get buku value out of it.
Okay. So I'll let that resolve.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play Crawling Darkness.
Nice. Alrighty. Well, at least I made him use up some mana. That was the same person that did it twice, right? Yeah, the person was... Yep. Okay.
Use all 4.
So she gets to attack with a 0+.
Yep.
Alrighty. That's a 0+0. Well, now my skirmish seems not very worthwhile since it's at -2. And I've already marked and moving. There's no minions to him, so I guess I just lead. And I love these cards, so I lead from deck because I'm probably not winning here anyway. So I just want the cards.
All right, so you have Cthulhu and Nalaklan.
My mages.
Both mages. That is terrifying. So, Zakol, what are you doing? Are you going into the dome?
Push a chemo out.
Then you just lead on that lane? So move, worship, attack. Could push you here. And that doesn't do anything. I think that's the play.
That seems really good value.
So we're going to go with Zakol, and we're going to move?
Yep. So when I was debating which hex to go to with chemo here, I made the wrong choice again.
So I need to worship.
Yep. Aqua wants it near some enemy at some point.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to push you into that hex. So that's a fine spot. Then I will attack a chemo.
Chemo's got no action, no reaction.
4 damage.
So that's 4 damage.
Yep, and we will push to that hex.
Push there. So I was at 15, I'm at 11.
So I don't get to lead, but that's okay.
But you pushed out.
I pushed out a lead. Yeah.
Yep. So very good value. So now the question is, so I gave up my opportunity to hit both your guys. If I go and do stuff with Cthulhu, then you can go and kill him for a card, but then you're kind of out in the open. 1, 2, 3, move, and I get 1 attack on you. And Hokusai has no mono. No, he has 1 mana left, so I don't want to get next to him.
Yep. 1 mana, no leads.
So I think. Oh, I could get next to him though to get the extra skirmish damage on him. Is that just greedy? Yeah. That is just greedy. But I'm a greedy kind of guy sometimes. So the problem with that is if you have a shield slam, I get slowed. That's fine though. So really, I'd go down to 1 hit point. I think 3 and 1 is the same. So yeah, I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna go ahead and do a move here with Cthulhu.
Move is fine.
1, 2, and then which of these 2 hexes am I gonna want to end up in the bush? I want you to come further, so I think I want to be here. So yeah, I'm going to take this spot.
Okay.
Now, right now is when I'm going to I'm close. I had to get closer to my illusion before I did this. I'm going to go ahead and play a last judgment, targeting the Aqua hex.
Okay.
5 piercing damage to Aqua.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
It goes down to 6. I'll then declare a skirmish, targeting Hokusai.
That's fine.
Flip 1 for some extra damage of 1. And then I will declare an attack on Aqua.
That's fine.
3 plus 1, 4 damage. And that will be Cthulhu doing his part.
Yep. All right. So, Akla, you are going to worship.
No, you don't need to move anywhere. Very nice.
And I guess I will blow this up to put that there.
Yep.
I'll do 1 plus to a chemo.
3 damage down to 8.
I will attack Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Why does Cthulhu not do a psychic vampirism there? That was weird. Alrighty. Yep, go ahead.
So 4.
4 damage, and I don't know what I'm doing over here, but yes, that works.
You get to draw a card. And now, what?
Whenever you declare it, I'm just going to kneel before me, which I should have done a second ago.
Declare the attack? Or
no, after you did it. Whatever you do next. I should have done it when you declared the attack,
Got it.
I'm going to do it. I've been sitting here waiting, but I don't know why. Just because I want Cthulhu to die.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will then. I guess I will be leading.
Okay. And I'll try and kneel before you in response to your lead.
You got it.
Boom.
So it goes off, deals 4 damage, and that
4
is the
damage.
opportunity.
Boom.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Well, I really enjoyed the deck list. It took me a minute to kind of get with it. I probably shouldn't have picked Kichi if I had taken a peek at the deck to see that there was a lot of green in these characters, but that's okay. That's part of the fun, I think, of Skyterra is, you know, with the new MOBA format and literally just kind of taking blind decks, you can still have so much fun with this game. And I think
Yes.
that's really a testament to just the design that, even with, we'll call it random cards almost, they
Mm-hmm.
still have value. They still, or can always do something. Your heroes are always able to do something, and you still have close games, close fun games. It's
Yeah, and I've heard some people actually enjoying this more, partly because it's cards that you have to find ways to get good use out of them,
yeah,
as opposed to everybody just, oh yeah, sinkhole rampant hatred, like I know what's coming, which it's fine, right? Constructed is great and everything like that, and you're doing it, but like trying to get the most out of these other cards is always interesting as well. So yeah, this new format, I've been impressed with it so far. But yeah, I mean, just taking anything. I mean, your riposte there, number one, it was great because I had no idea it was coming, right?
yep,
Because one of the problems with that is if you don't have a guy next to you, you can't use the armor, but you got the armor and the minion kill on it, and it was just like, oh, that just destroys my Yami turn completely, right? So,
yeah, and you don't see riposte out in the open too much in the super high competitive decks,
mhm.
but it's a fantastic little card.
Yep.
So, to anybody watching, we would love to continue to do these videos with more user submitted decks. It's a lot of fun, and we can promise you that when we play them, we won't take more than a few seconds to look at the deck list. We'll just jump right in and play.
Smash them together. Yep. So yes, thank you to Roust and Nemu for giving us those deck lists, and keep them coming.
Yep. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, Eric, have a good evening.
You too, Ian.
All right. Bye, everyone.